Hey everyone. So far, what all we have covered, that is Java's origin, evolution, additions, type of applications, and what all we will be covering today's session. In today's session, we will be covering the Java versions, setting up the Java and installation in the simple program. So here you see in a tabular format where I've already captured different versions, fine. So Java 8, 11, 17, 21, and so on. So you see that like Java 22, 23, 24, just not the LTS one, right? So that's why I am using a Java 21 as of now, but Java 25 is also released. So we will be also looking the main key features that is there in the Java 25. So I will be uploading a separate video on this Java versions. So right now I am just focusing on the Java 21. And what is LTS is basically, maybe you are aware of or some of you are not. So LTS is basically a long-term support, right? So it is preferable to install the LTS support or the LTS versions itself, right? So first I'm going to install the JDK. So how you will be installing it? Now you can just type the JDK download, right? And here you have the option to download the Java from that Oracle, because obviously it is owned by the Oracle now. So Java is owned by Oracle. So let me just hit this URL. Here you see two versions, JDK 25 and JDK 21. Fine. So as per your operating system, you will find these tabs. So just click on the Windows tab. Fine, because in my PC, so I'm just using the Windows operating system. So here you have these products, three products, like maybe in the zip form, you can install it, or you can install the .exe, you can download and then you can install it, and after that there is a Microsoft installer, that is MSI file, right? So I've already installed the JDK 21 in my PC. So this is the JDK 21, so you need to click on that and then click on Windows, and after that you can hit this URL, right? So in my download folder it has already been installed. So let me just click on this URL. Right. So it will start downloading, though in my PC it is already installed, as you see here. So I can also show you these are the two versions, right? 21 and the 25. So it is already installed. Now the next thing is what exactly the JDK includes. So that is also a question. What all JDK includes? So JDK includes, first is your JRE, and that we called it as a Java runtime environment. Okay, what we call Java runtime environment. Second, it also includes the JVM. Now what is JVM here? That says it is a Java virtual machine. Okay, and the third one is your compiler, that is your Java C. It also includes the execution engine, that is your java.exe, and the monitoring tool, like one is jconsole.exe. Okay, now there are a couple of commands that we will be just using it just to execute or to run all those Java command. The very first thing is that we need to set a path right there in the environment variable. So how we are going to set the path in the environment variable? So the very first thing is that you can open the folder where you have installed your JDK, right? So JDK, if you see, it is installed in this Java 21. Though I am aware of that where it is installed, but in some cases, let's say if I'm not aware that in which location my Java is, so then probably you can open the command prompt and here you can just type where Java. So where Java is the command which will give you a path, and you just need to refer the second path. I'll just tell you what is exactly the first path is, but you can refer the second path where you have installed your Java or the JDK, right? Now the next thing is you see a bin folder here. Fine. So till this particularly folder, you need to copy this URL. Okay, C drive, program files, Java, JDK21, and the bin. And then after that, you need to open the environment variables. What you need to open? You need to just search for the environment variables. So that window will get open. Click on that, and here you have the option in this system variables. Um, the variable name is path. Right? If you want to create a new variable like a Java home and then giving a value of that whole path, that is also fine. But otherwise I can directly set into this path. Click on edit, and after that you see that I have already added this path. But in your case, if you have not added, you can simply click on new and then you can paste that path which we have just copied, right? So I'm going to cancel it, but once you will copy this particular path, you can simply click on OK button, and then OK, and after that OK, this is done. Now once the Java is installed or the JDK is installed, so I was just telling you the path here, right? These are the two paths. Now what is the first path? So first path is basically a shortcut created by the Java installer itself, fine, pointing to the actual Java executable, which will also helps to find Java without needing to specify the full JDK path manually, right? But generally we prefer the second one because that we have installed, or actually that JDK is installed, right? So that's why we are preferring the second link, and we are setting a path in the environment variables. Now there are few commands that you can check. So one command that we can just check is your, let me open it, and now I can open the command prompt. So the first command is like, you see here that we have JRE, we have JVM, compiler, find the execution engine, monitoring tools. So obviously we would like to see that where is JRE, what is JVM here, find what is the compiler. So the first command is that you can give to check the version of the Java that you have just installed. It is giving me the version as 21.0.8. Okay, which is the LTS one, which I have already told. Now that the second one is the Java SE runtime environment, that is your JRE, right? The build version here it is giving, as well as with it you are also getting a 64-bit server virtual machine. Okay, what it is giving, the 64-bit server machine. Now how to check the JVM information? So some of you would like to check the virtual, or maybe you want to check the compiler version as well. Fine, so what you can give, you can give the command as java c hyphen version, fine, which will give you the Java compiler version as well. That is the same, obviously, 21.0.8. Now how to check your JVM information? Just to check your JVM information, so first you, what you can do, where you have installed your Java, right? So you see that I have installed into this program file Java JDK and then bin. Now in that bin you have one more folder, and that we called it as a server, right? Now in that server you have a jvm.dll file as well, fine, but we are not doing anything with that jvm.dll file. We just want to see the properties, or you can say the JVM information. So just to get this, you can probably open the command from here itself, fine, and then you would be able to view the path, the same path, that is program files Java JDK bin and the server. Now in that server you need to just give a command java c hyphen version. Not version, we have already checked it, but if you want to check it again, we can. Now Java hyphen x, you can give a command as show settings colon properties, okay, and press enter. Now you will be able to see here your JVM, right? So you see that here it is giving the virtual machine like this one. Okay, what it is saying, that virtual machine info, what is the virtual machine name, right? The virtual machine specification name, right? Who is the vendor, that it's been provided by whom, the version, okay, and the vendor and the version. So you see that these all are the virtual machine properties, and it also gives you the architecture or maybe the operating system that it uses, that is AMD 64. OS dot name, which operating system it has been installed in that virtual machine, that is Windows 11. So it's like a virtual machine that we generally install it or create it in nowadays cloud environment, right? So there we used to create one virtual machine. So here we are by default getting by just installing the JDK. Fine. This is the second thing which is very important, right? Now, after that, if you also want to see the next thing, that is the console part, right? Java C that I have already shown to you. Then we have a java.exe file as well. So some of the couple of other commands. First is java c.exe. Fine. So whenever we will write a one particular code, we need to give this command java c. Java c is your compiler through which we will compile our code. Second is your java.exe, whether it is also getting executed or not. This command is used to run or to execute your file. Fine. So another command is this that we have executed. One more command we have, that is jconsole.txt. Okay, so jconsole means it will open the Java monitoring and management console. Fine. So you can just select the local process and select this one and then click on connect. Okay, so then console will get open. I'll just tell you in a minute what it will give. Right. So now you see here the overview, like the heap memory that it is using, the virtual machine is using, right? And the memory, some information related to the memory. We will also be discussing about the memory part, right? The JVM that it uses or it provides. Some thread when we will do a multi-threading. So this will also gonna help you just to understand. There are some classes which dynamically be loaded, okay, here in Java. Then we have a virtual machine summary. So here you will get a detailed summary of your virtual machine that it has been installed. You see the number of processor that it is using, that is 8. Fine. For multitasking. Similarly, the architecture that it is using, the operating system that it is having, okay. Then if you see a library path, some of the libraries, because in the JRE, the runtime environment, it also uses some of the predefined libraries that we are gonna using it. Okay, so virtual machine also, that it gives the virtual machine name, right? Who is the vendor and the name of that machine. Fine. The compiler is your JIT, that is just in time. So compiler, that it also gives the information, and the CPU time, total compile time. So basically the detailed information that related to your virtual machine you will be getting with this command. That is your jconsole.exe. There is a jvm.dll. So DLL file we cannot open it straight away. We need one particular software that you can install it to read that or to get the information about that DLL as well. Okay. Similarly, if you just open the same path, right, here in this bin folder, with that we have a lib folder also. So this is basically a bin folder which is useful for the Java C, that is the compiler which we will be using, and Java that contains both the commands, right, that we will be using. Similarly, the lib folder here we have, which is useful for the libraries that we will be using it. Then we have a several JRE environment, right, which contains or like in that bin, the lib, and in that particularly we have the server folder for the JVM implementation. So lib folder is for runtime library, bin is for java.exe, the JVM launcher, and then the server is for the JVM implementation. Correct. So these are the different folders that we have here in Java. Correct. Now let's say if we want to write a simple program in Java. Fine. So how we are going to write it? So for that I'm using a Eclipse. If we want to write it, next time we will also see like how to write a simple program in Notepad or a Visual Studio Code. That also we can do. Now, similarly, just to use that Eclipse version, what we have or what we require a workspace, right? So, workspace that you can give any of the folder name or the root folder where you want to save all your files. So I have already selected a core Java training, the core Java, where I'll keep all my core Java files here. Maybe if you want to keep it somewhere else, you can click on browse button and then you can select your location. So let me click on the launch button. After that, once the Eclipse will get open, there you will find one of the particular welcome screen. So that welcome screen, you can directly close it. Okay. And after that, you can go to that file section, new, and then here, if you would be able to see a Java project, then it is fine. If not, go to other and then select a Java project here. Okay. So Java project. So Java project, that you can select it, this one, and then click on next. Okay. So right now I'm just unticking this option, module info.java. That also I will tell you what is the use of module info. And here I am just creating a project name, that is core Java basics. Fine. And after this, we need to click on next button and then finish. So it will ask you to open this Java perspective, fine, which will remember your decision that you are working with the core Java first, or maybe a window based applications that you are creating. So click on open perspective so that it will remember. Okay. And after that, when you expand it, what you will see a src folder there. Now in that src folder, you need to simply click on new and just add one class. So that in detail we will also learn what do you mean by class, but as of now you need to select a particular class, because in Java everything is inside the class that you are going to create or write a program. It must be inside a class. So those who are already familiar with the C++, they must be knowing it. Then select this particular tick option, public static void main, and then click on finish. Fine. So here it is also asking the package name. So I'm not giving any the package name because by default it will be taking a default package. But here I'm giving a name as, let's say, first program. So I'm just creating a first program in Java. So I'm going to reiterate what I have done. I've just given a program name here, and then I have just selected this option, public static void main. Then click on finish. So you'll see that this window will get open, right? That is your first program. Okay. Where you see a first program here, and then you have a public static void main by default. Now in this, what you have to write, system.out.println, and then you need to write my first program in Java. Fine. So what exactly the class is, what do you mean by the main function, what is system out.println, that we will also be learning in our next session. So till this, what you can try, you can just install the JDK first, okay, and then install this Eclipse as well. So how to install the Eclipse, that also you can do it. Go to the browser, just write Eclipse download. Okay. And here you have the eclipse.org. From this official website, you can download your Eclipse. You can download the latest version, right? This is like a download option. And then it will be again asking for which version that you want to download and for which of the operating system. So if you're downloading it for the Windows, you need to just download this version, right? So after downloading it, then you need to just create a workspace and then create a particular class file by just right clicking on this src folder, go to the new and then class. Now once you have created a class file, give a file name here, and after that just add a main function there. Okay. Now, when how to run this particular program, just right click on it and click on run as in the Java application. Maybe you can right click here and then run as the Java application, or maybe you can just hit this particular icon, run first program. Then also you can execute, and you see the output here, that is my first program. Okay, so I hope this is simple one that you can try with. And in next session then we will be just looking one program on the command prompt, how we are going to execute it, how to write a program in Visual Studio Code, or maybe how to write a program in a simple notepad file. And then after that we will proceed step by step what is main function is and what is system.out.println.